We're live. Hey, podcast listening people. Connor Doobie here. Hope you're having a great Friday so far. Diving into the weekend. I am amped, jacked, excited. We just wrapped up about an hour ago, wrapped up our B2B Marketing Mastermind. Want to talk about that, share some reflections, give you a little bit of behind the scenes of what we shared. Also, don't forget, you can get this podcast on all your favorite podcast apps. Check it out. B2B Mentors, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, you name it, we're there. Let's go. Hey guys, don't forget to check us out at activeblogs.com, activeblogs.com. If you need your 2022, right? We're talking about 2022 marketing plans and you need your content, social media, newsletters for technical B2B industries, go to activeblogs.com. I realize I get so excited about the content that I don't actually promote our business enough. So is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. But either way, man, today was just phenomenal. I am blown away by how great today's B2B Marketing Mastermind went. If you don't know, we put together a room full of super experienced marketers and newbies and those who are kind of in between. And we strategized, we mastermind, and we talked about our 2022 marketing plans. And so because you may not have made it, which if you didn't, you should definitely consider coming down to future events. Now, that's kind of the key, right? Is first off, thank you for those who attended. Sincerely, I'm so grateful for you. I appreciate you. It's not easy to take time, but that is the difference, right? That's the difference between those who succeed, those who make it, and those who are the best is number one, just showing up. You don't always know what the opportunity is. You don't always know who's going to be there. You don't always know what's going to come out of a scenario like that. But the key is showing up, right? Being present, taking action, building relationships. It's not about what you know. It's not about who you know. It's about who knows you. So thank you guys for really making the effort. And then the conversation was just phenomenal. So we talked about a lot. But three of the biggest takeaways that really resonated with me and really kind of came and bubbled up pretty often throughout the group in terms of, hey, what are we planning to do? We have customers from engineers, CIOs, CTOs, CEOs, technology directors. You know, we're all selling B2B. We're all selling to companies. And some of these deals that we're marketing, promoting, trying to get out there are big, right? Hundreds of thousands, millions a year, 50K, you name it. And it's not just like going and buying, something from a restaurant, so to say, or buying a product off of Amazon. So three things that really caught my attention. Number one, that I think was one of my favorite, a priority, and something that I'm really looking to prioritize and focus on this year is community. Every single person was curious on community or talking about community. How do you build community? How do you get people into a community? What can that community look like, right? If you're marketing to mentors, if you're marketing to marketers, or you're marketing to MSPs, or you're marketing to engineering firms, those communities are going to be different depending on what's important to them, which was another big theme is value. Getting rid of the fake value that a lot of marketers get hung up on and like, oh, look, we're putting value out, right? We're putting great stuff, but there's a disconnect from what your prospects and what people actually want to what it is you're out there sharing. So community is really something that I think probably everybody in that room after leaving our conversation today is thinking to themselves, if I wasn't thinking about this already, how do I create a community that converts to customers? Or how do I tap in to communities that already exist where my customers are hanging out? Community in that intimate one-on-one relationship is going to be a big part of 2022. Also, I believe because we've been so disconnected, right? We've been so disconnected over the past couple years, pandemic, we're remote. And, that's caused us to disconnect from people. So people are really craving connections, not with salespeople, but with others in their community, others they can learn from, other mentors that they can grab a hold of and, you know, network and understand their industry and understand the problems that they're having. Number two, sales alignment, of course, was a big topic of conversation. And the really slick marketers, and some of them, again, managing $100 million companies, some of them managing smaller companies, or some of them solopreneurs. But sales alignment is something we've talked about and has been kind of a high level conversation in the world of marketers and B2B marketers. But how do you actually apply it? So some of the big takeaways there, for example, hey, let's get our salespeople to actually share with us, to meet with us, and to contribute to the information, the content, and the collateral that we're putting out into the marketplace. Whoops, I just realized that thing was still streaming. That gets kind of obnoxious after a while. How do we get our salespeople? How do we get our CEO? How do we get our clients also to give us more insights versus us as marketers kind of operating in a vacuum, right? We spend months and weeks and you name it, writing, creating white papers or webinars or downloads or you name it. And it's not hitting. We start promoting it. We start sharing it. It's not hitting. Maybe some people download it. And then when the salespeople go to follow up, they're like, why are you calling me, dude? I just was checking out your resource. That's it. So how do we get sales and marketing aligned more deeply, more ingrained? And I think the best marketers out there, those that are really succeeding, are regularly meeting with their sales team. They're regularly meeting with the VP of sales. They're ingrained and they're in alignment on their campaigns. And they know their numbers, which brings me to point number 3, which is ROI, right? Return on investment. Now, a lot of marketers hear this word ROI and we cringe because it's often asked by a senior level executive or a client or a potential client if you're an agency, and they say, what's the ROI on this? And oftentimes it depends. We don't know the answer or it's complicated, especially, depending on what it is you're implementing. Is it content marketing? Is it paid ads? Is it direct response mail? Is it email? The ROI question is going to be different for everybody and for every type of campaign. But the big point out of this is knowing your numbers. You and everybody, and this is something I've been really bad at over the years too, is knowing your numbers. Do you know what your cost of acquisition is for a client? Do you know what your cost per lead should be? Do you know what your conversion rate? Are you communicating? This goes back to sales and marketing alignment. Are you communicating with, okay, well, we brought you this many MQLs, marketing qualified leads. These converted to X amount of SQLs, sales qualified leads. That resulted in Y number of proposals, netting in, Z number of sales and revenue for the company. Now, is this an obscure moment or is this a consistent trend? And then how can we reverse engineer? Okay, our goal is to grow by 50%, 40%, 100%. I don't care. whatever your growth goal is, now once you know your numbers, you can reverse engineer what that is. But if you don't know your numbers, you could be the best marketer in the world, CMO, marketing director, you could have had wins before, but when you're going to sell your leadership team on, hey, I want to add this in, or can you give me some budget? Can you give me a little dough, dog? Can you give me a little extra money for this year? It's much difficult to get those, get that funding if you don't know your numbers. So if you don't know, lock it in, get it down, get it into your marketing plan. Do not make your 2022 marketing plan high level. Make it robust, make it deep, and make it specific, right? Okay, we need to make these hires in the marketing department. Well, why? Okay, well, here's the numbers. Or we need a resource, we need a vendor, we need an agency like activeblogs.com, activeblogs.com if you need content, to be able to pull this off for us. But if you don't know your numbers, it's going to be much more difficult to sell. Now, the tricky part of that too, and we talk quite a bit about the dark funnel, right? So if I'm out there sharing content and I'm doing these videos and you're watching this right now and you don't like this video, you don't comment on this video, but you've been watching me, you've been seeing the stuff I put out, you go check out my company page, you go check out our website, and then you reach out to me and fill out a contact form on our website. It's hard to track that, right? And it's hard to justify that. So the tricky part for marketers is that fine balance of, this is our plan and these are the numbers, but just understand there are some areas in here that we inherently know are going to be good for branding. Look at our competitors who are 5, 10, 20 times larger than us, and they're doing this. There's a reason for that. They're not just doing it for their own health. They're not just doing it for their own good health, right? They too are trying to get and grow and acquire new business. So the dark funnel one is tricky. And I'm actually going to pose that question to you, which I think was one of the things that left us hanging and pending during our mastermind today. How do we more effectively track dark funnel? How do we more effectively track the untrackable? How do we justify the ROI of content marketing, for example, or personal branding on LinkedIn? Because not every action is trackable. You see this video. I have no idea you're watching this right now because, LinkedIn's not going to give me those metrics unless you like it or comment it, which please do because it helps give a little bit of reach. You see this, you go to my profile, you go look at our company page, and then you go follow us. And then all of a sudden you see us running ads through our LinkedIn company page 3 months down the road after seeing us put content out. You 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the road, right? You name it. 3 months and months after that event happens, because I decided to do this live stream with you today, you go to our website, fill out a form, and then, with it, and by that time, you may have even forgotten how you find me. Like, I like to make it a point to ask my prospects very often, hey, how did you find us? Where did you hear about us from? Where did you get this link? If I don't know already, right? Because of that whole dark funnel that's going on. That's hard to sell and that's hard to justify. So that's the tricky part. If you know, please reach out to me. I'd love to interview you, love to feature you, love to have you in our next marketing mastermind. With that, my friends, hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you're not already, make sure you follow me. Okay. Follow me on LinkedIn. I'm streaming this on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Facebook. Give me a follow. That way you'll be notified when I go live, or you'll see when I launch our next marketing mastermind. I do these for free. Okay. All you have to do is make the step, take the action to show up. And ask any of the folks who showed up today. I'm sure the majority would say there's a lot of value. Made new connections, made new friends, new opportunities, and support for the rest of this year, right? Anybody can lean on me. I could probably lean on anybody else in our conversation today to get extra help. So much love, my friends. Make it great. Have an incredible weekend. I will not be live streaming Wednesday through Friday of next week. I'm moving. I'm moving to Florida. So anybody watching this, if you're in the Tampa, St. Pete area, hit me up. I will be a Floridian boy soon. Much love, guys. I'll see you on the other side.